Hey, Tony Gaskins here. Want to pop in. Now, got this question. Lady asked me, Tony, can you talk about what a man looks like who has a provider mentality? Now, putting those two words together, provider mentality, that's new to me. I've been hearing a lot about this. It started for me on my page when I was talking about how to handle a first date, and paying for a first date. And man, look here. Whew. I mean, them women went off on me, but I'm learning more and more how women just really, most women, a lot of women are attracted to men who provide, men who have the ability to provide, men who are willing to provide. I remember being in a situation where I'm always, I can't explain how I am with money, but it doesn't really mean much to me. It does what it does, and I don't really pay much attention to it. Last night I was paying bills, sitting with my wife, and I had sent out a lot of money to pay stuff, and I looked at it, and it just kind of feel like I don't put a lot of emphasis on it. It comes and it goes. I trust the provider, my provider, so I don't worry about it. But I'm in a comfortable space with it, and I have always been that way. So like if I go somewhere and they give the bill and the bill is a high bill, I'm like, whew, man, what you want me to go wash dishes in the back? And I'm like that, just joking. And I remember being in a situation where the individual gets so upset about that. Don't act like that. Do not act like that. And my wife, she knows that it was before I got married. My wife, she knows how I am, but she also could see my bank account. She also could see, what I'm earning, what she's earning. So we don't put too much emphasis on money. It is what it is. Now she will, you hear me? I always tell her, I say, man, listen, if you got a budget of $300, you're gonna go spend $299.99. And I'm like, I don't know how, and I've literally seen her do this, and and it maybe just was an accident, but I remember, I think we was grocery shopping. I said, listen, baby, now let's try to stay under such and such this week. And let's say it was $100. When I tell you the bill was $98.99, I was like, it couldn't have been $89. It couldn't have been $91. Did you literally just spend $98.99? I can't remember what it was. It could have been $200 or whatever. But she literally, she keeps a cool head about herself. When we was broke and we were making, I was making $8.50 an hour and she wasn't working, and our son, was young. Sometimes you pay bills. I mean, she would stagger the bills to where, okay, I know we could pay this one 30 days late. I know we could pay this one up to 60 days late. She would stagger the bills. So this month, these bills get paid. Next month, these bills get paid. And she would stagger them, and she probably was 20, 21. We were newlyweds. And I was making $8.50. Then after training, went to $9. I was working as a counselor in a group home and went to $9 an hour, then eventually $9.50 an hour, and that's where I was. The other income was she worked there too, and she made $4 or $5 more than me an hour, but then she couldn't keep working just because of our son. He was born 2.5 months early, and he had a lot of complications, and so she had to stop working, and then she was getting checks from school, which were pretty substantial. I think she would get like 10K from her, financial aid and scholarships and stuff like that. She would get like 10K every semester. So that's like 20K a year. So that took care of some stuff. And I was making like 20K a year. So you're looking at 40K. And then we got married in '07. So now '09, '07 I wrote my book. '08 started kind of doing a little more. '09 doing a little more entrepreneurially outside of work. And eventually got that up to about 40K. And so, it was cool. You around 60K, you young, not too many expenses, you can do it. But this is what I learned. And this is what women have to understand. And I talk about this sometimes. But remember this. Let a man's character be his currency. Now, we were young, and some ladies in their 40s and 50s have made a point about this to me, and it makes perfect sense. If you 40 and you 50, a man does need to be in a different financial position if you in your 40s and 50s. And even in your late 30s, he does need to be in a better financial position. When I was with my wife, I was 21, 22. We got married a couple weeks after I turned 23. So I was still finding my stuff. We were still young. But on the same job where I was making $950, it was men in my same level of position who was in their 30s. It probably was some in their 40s. It was some in their 50s. Still at the same level of earning. And in their 40s and 50s, and still living in apartments in not so good neighborhoods, and that just was life for a lot of people. But I'm noticing so many women, especially today, and to be honest with you, I think it's from social media, and I think it's from social media and reality television. The little clip that's going viral of the girl on the little interview, and she's saying, well, I think they got their own little show, and she's saying, oh, well, I refuse to be with a man who work a 9 to 5. I refuse to be with a man who work a 9 to 5. I cannot be with no 9 to 5 man, because if I need some money, I need some money, and that's real. That's a real mentality. It's just most women won't say that out loud, out their mouth. Most women won't let you hear that, but that's what they thinking. That's how they judging men. And so now it's gone to where it's not even about having a stable job and a stable income. It's about, do you make your money sexy? Is your money sexy? Like, how do you make your money? Like, you playing ball, you know what I mean? You playing in the league. Are you a rapper? Are you a club promoter? Are you, how do you make your money? Like, if you just going and you sitting at the bank in the little office and you meeting with people every day and they giving you $150K a year, they ain't sexy enough. No, they ain't good enough. I need you to make that same 150, doing this over here. This right here sexy, running a club or doing this or that. So women a lot of times associate how a man makes his money, how much money a man makes, and it's with you see it as power, you see it as security. And a lot of times women don't even think about the repercussions of what the man may be doing, don't think about all of the implications on his family life and what his job is doing and how it's going to take him away. Don't even think about what's after that. So I see a lot of women jersey chasers and cleat chasers, and don't realize that statistics show that within 2 years of a man retiring from being an NFL player, and I think within 4 years of an NBA player, they are broke and divorced. 75% of them broke or divorced, and that's all he has been all his life as an athlete. So he's not even affirmed as a human being. He's only been affirmed as an athlete, but not as a man. And the same thing with providing. Some men have only been affirmed as a provider because when he was 14, 19, however old, he was in the streets getting it, or he was hustling, he was doing something to make money. Then he transitioned and he opened a clothing store, or he started his own trucking business, or he start cleaning, mobile detailing, or he opened a car shop, or he opened a mechanic shop, and then he started making money, or started doing construction and as a general contractor, but the subcontractor, because he couldn't pay the $1,000 to get the study book to take the test and pass the test, because he didn't even finish high school, or he barely finished high school, copying off somebody else's test. So he couldn't pass the general contracting test, so he still got to go to the man to let him be the general contractor. Now he the subcontractor, but he still could touch 6 figures. And so women get bought up into all this stuff and get caught up into all this stuff and don't think about the implications of and the ramifications. Okay, vocabulary word flying today. Bear with me now. Get your dictionary, Webster. Okay, and women not thinking about everything that's coming with this. So you have to be able to really analyze this, and that's why I say let a man's character be his currency, because it's different types of providers. Okay, a man could be a provider, but it's different types of providers. So some men, if he's only been affirmed as a provider, that's his pride and joy. And that's the type of man who he will pay for everything. He'll pay for everything, but you're gonna hear about it. You're gonna hear about it, and you're gonna be on ball and chain. You're gonna be on ball and chain. You hear me? What's ball and chain? Slave. That's what you about to be. So anything he wants you on your back, okay, get there ASAP. Okay, wham bam, thank you, ma'am. That's what you about to be. 3 hots in a cot. I need 3 hot meals. That's his mentality. I need 3 hot meals. Cook my breakfast before I go to work, girl. What's wrong with you? Hey, make my lunch now. You got my lunch? What you doing? Hey, I went to put on this shirt and you got a wrinkle in the shirt. What in the world? I'm around here making all this money and you don't even know how to iron a shirt? Who raised you? Oh my good. Who raised you? Can't even iron. And then them eggs you just made, I'm chewing on the shell. How you got eggshell in the eggs? So that's what you got to deal with. Oh, but you wanted a provider. Oh, you want a provider. Oh, you got your provider. Oh, but you a slave. You a house slave. Okay. Think about it. Then, and this is what I'm be telling y'all. A lot of time women, y'all be asking for unrealistic. And you be asking for too much. Okay. I want a man who's going to provide. I want a man who is going to treat me like a queen. I want a man who's going to talk to me perfect. I want a man who's never going to yell, never going to curse. I want a man who he takes care of everything and he doesn't expect me to cook. He doesn't expect me to wash dishes. He doesn't expect me to clean. So basically, a man could be that, but he going to have to grow into that. He going to have to grow into that. To get to where I just listed out took me about 10 years, from the age of 23 to about 33, 34. Okay, I just turned 36. You hear me? Like, you got to know what you asking for. You got to understand what you asking for, because a man, as men, we all struggle when it comes to money. Listen to what I'm telling you. Stop spraining your thumb in the comments and you're not even listening. Okay, listen to this 2 times before you go to being a comment warrior. What you have to understand about men is that 9 out of 10 men equate our self-worth with our net worth. Listen to what I'm telling you. Equate our self-worth with our net worth. I don't even know where I heard that from. I might have heard it from Lil Wayne, the rapper. I don't know. But listen to what I'm telling you. So when a man is a provider, you're going to have to work through some issues, and you're going to have to speak to it. You're going to have to speak to it, but you're going to have to know who you talking to. You're going to have to understand your man and how you need to talk to him. So what type of man do you have? So my wife, the way she kind of helped me get together, because I started being the only one working because our son, she needed to be there for him, and he had so many complications just with like his eczema and his immune system. He would be sick all the time, coughing all the time, just like cough, like. So he had to miss, it was a lot of weeks, he had to miss 3 of the 5 days of school that week. Sometimes he had to be out 2 whole weeks. His immune system was so weak. And so she was trying to work a job and go to school. She was in school still, going biomedical science major, getting her bachelor's, and then medical sciences master's degree. And she finished it. But going to school and trying to work and have a son who have complications, I'm working 40 hours a week for somebody else, for the man, and then I'm working 40 hours a week for me on my business that I was trying to build, which what I'm doing today full time, and which I've been doing full time since 2011. Okay, we into 2020. Okay, I've been full time since 2011. I think I was 27 when I retired from working for somebody else. So I still was really young, and I have not worked for nobody since the age of 27. But it took some time, because men equate our self-worth with our net worth. When I started building myself and making money, it went to my head. It went to my head. Now I got an ego. Now I'm looking at, now I'm around here just like the many men, and don't use my truth against you, okay? Because you wouldn't have this level of transparency if it weren't for me on here sharing this, okay? So like, oh, you was wrong for that. Oh, I can't believe you was that kind of man. You wouldn't know if I wasn't telling you. But I'm not the type of man to try to ride in on a like a knight in shining armor, like I was always perfect. That just not how I'm built. So here I was, I'm talking to my wife. I'm like, man, hey, come on now, you can't cook no hot meal. Like, come on now, like, I'm making all this money. What you doing? I'm around here making money, and really I wasn't even making no money. I wasn't even making no money back then, but it just went to my ego because I was the one working. And so it gave me the power. And so many men, it's still men today in their 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, the same way. Because what I was dealing with in my 20s, it's still men in their 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, the same way, because they make the money. Because you living off his retirement, or you living off his social security check, or so now he feel like he get the right to dominate and domineer and be a tyrant and tell you what you can and can't do, what you need to be doing, what you're supposed to be doing. So you got to be careful when you go out here and subconsciously you telling yourself you just want to provide a provider, because not all providers are created equal. And that's where you have to bring in the discernment to look at his character and let his character be his currency. Because if he has currency, meaning physical money, but he lacks character, you're gonna have a whole lot of problems. You're gonna have a whole lot of problems. And understand this now. Listen to me now. It's women who make money, but they could see the downside. They could see where their career gonna go down. Even those women may be looking for a man with long money, with money that's created from the internet, like, or being a CEO of a big company, like, doing tech stuff, like Serena Williams' husband. He does tech. That's probably not why she got with him or why she's with him. I feel like he probably get more out of a relationship being with a global icon, sports icon. That's very sexy and attractive for him. But when you think about it, when she put that racket down, now her money got to come from endorsements, got to come from investments. And we see now what's happening with the market. No investment is secure, because you can have millions of dollars in the stock market, and everybody who got stocks, we just lost, some people 50%, at minimum of 20%, and it's kind of coming back now. But I've been looking at my stock portfolios and listening, and no investment is completely secure. So a woman may naturally say, well, this man make his money through tech. Tech ain't going nowhere. He always could be on the curve. I'm not specifically speaking of Serena and her husband. I'm just giving you an example, okay? And so his money, he gonna be able to generate money because the way he makes money is not based on his needs, like an athlete. It's based on his brain. And so that's what's happening is women. A lot of women don't understand that, and so it's a whole lot of women want an athlete. Like in college, women looking for the star athlete because they think he coming in the millions. but not realizing that man ain't gonna know what he gonna do when the ball stop bouncing, or he stopped catching it, or got to stop tackling, or got to stop, fighting because he a boxer or MMA. What is he gonna do then? How does he know how to make money with his mind? See, all my money come from my mind, not from my body. So that's why my wife just so happened to be in a good position. But before that, you know what? She was cool with me just working a regular job. Like, she wasn't going nowhere, and she wasn't giving me no headaches. She was cool with me working a regular job and just climbing the ladder. When I said I want to write a book, she supported me and she invested in my book, because now she saw I was doing something with my mind. And then from there, I just kept going. But this is the thing, is a man who is a healthy provider. Let me help you understand a healthy provider. A man who is a healthy provider, this is the place he need to be in. He need to be willing to give and to provide and not keep score. He's not going to mention what, in a serious way, how much he does for you and what he does for you. And that's where I had to grow to, because see, men, we're like, man, all the meals I done paid for, man, every time we go on a date, I pay for the whole date. I'm paying for everything, man. I pay for everything. You don't pay for nothing. I'm doing this, I'm doing that. Man, look, I pay the light bill, I pay the water bill, I pay the rent, I pay your car insurance, I pay your car note. And then this what you gonna give me? This how you gonna talk to me? So you can't give me none when I want something? Cause you talking about you got a headache? Okay. Well, when the light bill come in, I got a headache. So that's how he gonna be acting. Next time the rent due, next time the mortgage due, guess what? I got a headache. And that's what he gonna give you. But unhealthy provider. As soon as you see that, you got to know how to speak to that. Okay? And what I mean by this is, so with my wife, she like this. When I was young and I was in my 20s and I started to provide and she wasn't making no money, one thing she did is she never asked me for anything. This was my wife. She never asked me for anything, and that got to me. That hurt me, because I was like, why you never ask for nothing? Like, you don't ask for a pair of shoes. You don't ask. My wife literally was walking around looking like Raggedy Ann. And what I mean by this, not really raggedy because she naturally beautiful, but what I mean by this is she never got her nails done. She wasn't getting her eyebrows done. She wasn't getting her hair done. She just would not ask for nothing, because in her personality, she never wanted to ask a man for anything, and we were married. It probably was 5-6 years into our marriage. I probably was 28, 29, and when she saw I started to grow, that I was growing and changing, she finally said like, hey, can I go get my nails done? And I was like, why are you asking me that? Those your nails. You could go get your nails done. And she said, well, I didn't want to ask for nothing. I said, so you've been walking around here with them chewed up fingernails waiting on me to tell you? I'm like, listen, I'm trying to earn a living. I don't have the brain capacity to keep up with your beauty schedule. I say, that's on you. I say, take care of yourself. I say, if you look in the account and it's $25 in there and your nails cost $25, go get your nails done, because I'm going to make some more money tomorrow. But if you ever look in that account and it's enough money in there to take care of what you need to have taken care of, we got food already, because we used to get food stamp. We got food. The government taking care of that. We were coming up, we were getting food stamp and we were getting SSI, because my son was getting an SSI check because he was born early. And somebody gave my wife a pamphlet about signing up, so my son was getting $700 a month. Now, they hadn't overpaid us and we had to pay them back. Man, how y'all gonna make a mistake and then come to me? I need to talk to the government. I'm mad about that, not just thinking about that. They were sending us $700 a month, then gonna talk about they overpaid us. So now we got to pay back. I'm like, what? That's your mistake, Uncle Sam. But so we were getting SSI, $700 a month. So my son was paying our rent. We moved out the hood after we got robbed. We moved out the hood and we moved into the other neighborhood. Okay, cross up the road. Okay, ain't gonna call it what we call it, but we move in there with those people, another group of people. But then it was more people started moving from where we come from into. I'm like, hold on, now we met the quota. We was at the quota. You not supposed to be in this neighborhood looking like me, okay? Because the quota was full. What are you doing? And so then more started coming in. They just like they be saying, there goes the neighborhood. That's what you be feeling like. Tell the truth now. Tell the truth. Tell the truth. You be trying to get from around people who like to steal and break in and have they Pookie and Ray coming over and be casing the apartments, where they gonna break in, what time this person go to work, so we go in and steal their flat screens. Come on now, y'all know what I'm talking about. If you from anywhere, like close to where I done been. And so here we were, when someone was paying $700 of the $935 rent, this way back in the day. And then boom, it got cut off. I started building my brand. Online. So I said, baby, listen, we're gonna have to cut off these food stamps because the person at the food stamp office could be following me on Twitter and be like, Tony Gaskins, oh, on food stamp? Because my name was starting to grow, because celebrities were starting to retweet me. This was, back in 2010, 2011, and we was filing separate. You see what I mean? Yeah, we used to do our thing. Now I'm telling all my business. We would file separate. She was filing single, I filed single. We was married, but hey, you had to find a way to make it. So food stamp was coming in her name, but they put the daddy. They say, where the daddy at? And he got to pay this back on child support if you getting food stamps. I think that's what I heard, but I didn't really know. I still ain't got no bill in the mail. Don't send me no bill now, Uncle Sam. But I told my wife, I said, man, cut that off because we truly don't need it. And we married, so when we filing separate, people from who come from the bottom know exactly what I'm talking about. If you ain't never been down there, then you're not going to understand what I'm talking about. So just hold your comment, okay? This ain't for you. And so what I had to realize is, as I start to grow, I say, man, I got to provide. I got to take care of my family. And so there's a strand of man, but I want you to understand, you rarely gonna meet him like this. He got to grow into it. So this is how my wife got me together, to be a healthy provider. For one, she didn't ask me for anything. And I thought about that. It dawned on me, this woman don't ask me for nothing. But then the next thing is, the next question that it led me to ask is, why does she have to ask you for anything? Boom. Because see, we conditioned. It wasn't about me and her. It was about societal conditioning that the man is the head, the man is the breadwinner, the woman is, the house worker. For instead of me saying house slave, she the house worker, but societal conditioning, the woman cooking, cleaning, and wham bam, thank you ma'am, for the man when he get off work at night. And that was what society had pushed on us, and it's around the world. When I went to Nairobi, Kenya, the men there, they said, we don't lift a finger at home. We don't lift a finger. I'm like, what? You don't help do nothing at the house? All you have to do is earn money? Like, yeah, don't do nothing other than work. I was like, is you kidding me? They were like, yeah. That's just what it is over here, Tony. So what you doing with this relationship message? We got to sit down and talk with you, because you bring this American stuff over here, and we don't get down like that over here. That's what the Kenyans. I was in Nairobi, Kenya, speaking, and they brought me over there on love and relationships. So what my wife did is, when she didn't ask me for nothing, it raised something. Then the next thing is when we would get into it, have our little discussions, she would say little stuff like, that's why I don't ask you for anything. Or like when it come time for me to give her a gift or something, or do something for her, she would be like, no, I don't even want you to do that, because I already know I'm gonna hear about it in 3 weeks. And it started to hit me. And she just would say it like that. She did not yell. She did not curse. She did not cry. I don't respond to crying. That's why you got to know your man that you dealing with. I don't respond to crying. Don't come to me with no crying. You need to sit and talk. I don't respond to yelling. You not finna yell at me. I do not respond to cursing and coming out the mouth sideways. You could talk to me like I'm talking to you, but you go to yelling and cursing, listen here, you're gonna be single as a dollar bill. You go to crying, you're gonna be looking at my back, because I don't deal with that. Now, some men, your man might be, he's got a soft spot for crying. So if you are a crier and he got a soft spot for crying, I just feel terrible. Like, I don't bring anything to the table financially. And it's like, I want to get my nails done. It's like, look at my nails. It's like, I want to get my hair done. I'm sorry. I don't mean to cry. But it's like, I feel worthless. My mom didn't raise me like this. I was raised to be a worker and to provide for myself. And it's like, you go online and it's all of these memes about, never depend on a man. But I'm sacrificing for my family because we have children and I want to be there. I don't want them to be in a daycare. And it's women who, that's their thing. That's their route to get that man to understand. And if you got that type of man, he's gonna respond to that. And he's gonna say, wow. You know what? Hey, listen. Stop crying, baby. Stop crying. Like, listen. I'm sorry. Like, if I had anything to do with this, I'm sorry. Like, listen. Like, go get your nails done. Go get your hair done. You are sacrificing for our family. Like, this is not just my money. This is your money. And this is our money. Like, anything you need, it is yours. Like, go get your nails done. Dude, don't you ever let Lindsay make you feel bad because she's a RN and she makes money. But look at her son. Her son's nails are dirty. He curses. He is ugly because his clothes are wrinkled. But she's just so happy that she has a Range Rover because she's a doctor. And then she wants to make you feel bad. I know that's where it's coming from. It's coming from Lindsay. I told you need to cut her off. She's not a good friend. She's trying to make you feel bad because you're a stay-at-home mom. And she is a doctor or she is a lawyer. Oh, okay. Well, guess what? We're going to the car lot right now. What kind of car do you want? You've been waiting on your dream car is the Jaguar F-Pace. I'm buying it today. And so that's what the man goes into. I'm showing y'all the real deal now. But that's how she know he respond. And then she over there, she was fake crying. She loved being a stay-at-home mom. She ain't a bit more worried about being a stay-at-home mom. She can't even, at this point in her life, she can't even handle no 40 hours a week on somebody's job. She loved being at the house, watching the stories and on Instagram all day. But she want her some more. He want a kept woman, but ain't doing the keeping. So she had to find a way to get some keeping being kept. So she pulled that because she know he gonna respond to that. So when he go to respond, No, don't do that. I don't need a new car, John. I'm just floored. You're such an amazing man. I knew when I married you that I was going to be all right. And they told me, don't stop going to school. Don't not take your test. But I knew. And I told them, no, I have a real man and he's a provider. And then guess what? She ready. She going right on up there to Jaguar to get that F-Pace. You hear me? And that's what it is. But see, a man, just last week, John was, I'm working my tail off and this is what I'm doing for you and this household. And I can't even get a hot meal. Just last week, that's what John was on. So she realized I got to shift this. So this what I'm telling you. A healthy provider now, this what it's gonna look like. Is he's going to provide, and from his check, he's going to take care of all of the bills. He's going to take care of all of the bills. And if he doesn't make enough to take care of all of the bills, he's going to be actively and ambitiously looking to add streams of income. He's going to be looking for more legal ways. See, if it's illegal, he's not a healthy provider, because illegal don't last forever. You're going to get caught or killed, one or the other. It does not last forever. So he's an unhealthy provider if his money is not legal. I don't care how many bags and purses you got, how many bills paid, how much real estate y'all own. If it is illegal, he's an unhealthy provider. A healthy provider is going to earn money legally. And if one stream won't pay all the bills and leave some abundance, he's going to create 2. And then he's going to create 3. And then he's going to create 4. He's going to continue to create assets so that it is more streams of income. And when I say create assets, I mean starting a business, writing a book, building his brand online, building his image, or whatever it is, he's going to create so that he can provide. If one thing does not work, so if he just relying on, one stream and it starts to where it can't pay the bill, and he's not adding a second, third, fourth stream, he's not a healthy provider. You don't have a healthy provider. Now you got the type of man that's going to be looking at your income, and he's going to be wanting to borrow from you. He gonna be wanting, why don't you cover this month of bills? You're making great money. Why don't you cover the trip? Why don't you cover these bills? Or, hey, why don't we go ahead and get our dream house and just get it in your name? That's what an unhealthy provider gonna be saying. Okay, some of y'all have been through that. Like, listen, you have good credit. You earn a great living. I can get my Sierra GMC, or my, Mercedes S-Class in your name. You know what? It's so many men that they're not real men, and they don't want to drive a car in their wife's name, in their woman's name. I'm fine with that, because you know why? I am a real man. So I am totally fine driving my Mercedes S63 in your name and the insurance in your name. I'm totally fine with that. Like, I'm so sick of these men with fragile egos. Oh my goodness. Like, I'm not that type of man. That's what he's gonna be saying. That's what an unhealthy provider gonna hit you with. And then you're gonna be over there like, well, maybe he got a point. Maybe that is healthy. And then you down to the dealership getting them a car in your name. Now, I understand if y'all a team and you see him working and he got some ambition. My wife was there for me in that way. But look what happened. I built something. I wasn't just riding. You hear me? So you have to know your man. If you meet a man and he has crazy ambition, and he's really, really working hard, and he has character, he know the Lord, he love the Lord, but just the way the cookie crumbles, the way the mop flop, is what my college football coach used to say. It's just the way the mop flops and the cookie crumbles. The way the mop flop and the cookie crumble, it just so happened he's not making a lot of money right now. But you can look and see that this man got character, this man got integrity, he has ambition, that he just building. Then you could rock with him. Don't just kick a man to the curb just because he not at the financial level you want him to be at. If he has extenuating circumstances, extenuating, I don't know if that go there, but it sounds good. If he has extenuating circumstances that has put him in a place, it could have been his mom was battling health issues without health insurance and he had to foot the bill. So all of his money was going to that. You see what I mean? You got to evaluate it. Now, if he just broke, busted, and disgusted because he lazy and sorry and unambitious, that's totally different. I'm never condoning that. So don't put words in my mouth. Oh, Tony, you saying be with a man who can't provide. I refuse. I'm too old to be with a man who can't provide. What you got to look at why he can't provide. And if it has something to do with his character and his work ethic, that's one thing. That's on him. But if it has to do with extenuating circumstances, thing outside of his control that was put on his plate that he had to take care of, but yet he has a mindset and a work ethic and an ambition that's going to take him to the top. Now, you got to look at that. You listen to what I'm telling you. Listen to what I'm telling you. Listen to me now. Do not pass up on a man with character and integrity and ambition just because he doesn't have the amount of money that you want him to have. Because it is not true. It is not true that character determines the amount of money you make all the time. That's not always true. Eventually it can build, but that's not always true. So it could be a good man and he in a situation that he's not making a whole lot of money. You hear what I'm telling you? He could own his own restaurant, but only be making 30 to 60K a year. And what he may need is a woman who sees his work ethic, who sees his character, who sees his integrity, who sees the way he is faithful over the little, and she brings her brain power. He treats her with respect. He treats her like a queen. She brings her brain power. She gets his books in order. She gets his personal credit in order. She gets his business credit in order because he had no knowledge of those things. He just a hard worker. He just worked hard, but based on his level of knowledge, it's only producing 60K. You take and add some corporate knowledge, some book knowledge, that's 60K. In 5-10 years, gonna be 600K. And that's what women don't understand. That's what women don't understand. When you looking at a provider don't necessarily mean he make enough money to pay for all of your bills, to pay for every single thing. A provider mentality is here. It ain't here, it's here. Because it's a lot of men that got it here, but don't got it here. Because see, it's a lot of men who will buy you every bag, pay for every bill. You don't have to work. You don't have to lift a finger. But he treating you like his maid. You his maid. You his slave. You his butler. You his chauffeur. You his personal assistant. You his nasty movie star. You his scripper. You his escort, prostitute, everything. You everything, and you drain. Girl, I'm trying to put my Chanel purse on. Girl, I'm too tired. Girl, he had me up last night. Girl, I had a headache. This man flipping and tossing me at 4 in the morning. And then, girl, I had to get up 5:30 to make him some fried egg and turkey bacon. Girl, then I had to drive the kids to school. And he don't want them to go to the public school around the corner, girl, so I had to drive them an hour to the private school that they go to, girl. I ran through the red light, girl. And then your girlfriend, she like, girl, that is not right. He got you doing too much. He mistreat. But girl, he providing. Listen, girl, I ain't got to go to work like you. And then your girlfriend like, honey, you working harder than me. Cause I just go to work and sit down at my desk. Okay, you around here. I thought you Harriet Tubman, the way you working. And you need to be trying to create an escape. If you listening to me, that's what she telling you. So you got to understand. Why you looking for a provider? You looking for a sponsor? You looking for a man with money? You looking for a man, Monty, who don't work a 9 to 5, who got a sexy job, who make fast money? Why you looking for that? You finna have a man 9 out of 10 times going upside your head. You finna have a man cussing you out. You finna have a man controlling you. You finna have a man demeaning you, making you feel worthless because you don't earn what he earned, or because you don't earn nothing. But you take care of him, hand and foot. You taking care of the kid, hand and foot. You doing everything. But he got you feeling like you this big, like you need him, like you got to depend on him. And that's what a lot of y'all don't realize what you asking for. So then here you go. Oh. Well, Tony, I trust God. And the man that I'm waiting on, I ain't trying to listen to what you talking about, no character and ambition, all that. If ain't no zeros and commas attached to that character and ambition already. Okay, I'm waiting on a man of God. And what God gonna send me is a man who is a provider. He is loving, he is caring, he is nurturing. And you going through all that. But listen what God telling you. I ain't got but 15 more minutes now. Listen to me now. Listen to me. Listen what God telling you. God telling you, you talking about what I'm going to send you, but you lying on me. Because I don't judge a man by how much money he make. See, what you worrying about commas and zeros. I'm worrying about his eternity, his salvation. And what you got to understand is if you look at this man and he has a heart after me, then everything else gonna be taken care of. But if you just looking for man-made wealth, you looking for man-made money, you looking for this man to have a check that come from another man, but he ain't got no relationship with me. And understand this, he might have a relationship with me, but I ain't sent the money in his life yet. Because if I send the money, the amount of money that I'm gonna send him, if I send it to him while he's single, it'll destroy him. So I'm waiting on my daughter who know what a provider look like and understand that ain't got nothing to do with commas and zeros. It got everything to do with his character, his integrity, his belief system, his faith, and his ambition. And it might not be no money attached to it right now because his wife is the favor activator. When he meets the woman who judges him based on how his father, judges him, that's the woman that's going to reap the benefits. Y'all don't want to hear that. Y'all don't want to hear that because you worrying about him already having enough money to buy a house, to buy your car, to pay all the bills, to do all of that. But guess what? A man with a provider mentality, he's going to do all of that. He gonna do all of that. I can't tell you all my business because I don't like to put all that out there. But guess when my wife walk outside, she got 3 vehicles she could choose from. When she in her house, she got 6 bedrooms she could choose from. Her facial, her nails, her hair, all that on routine, all that on the schedule. Get that done anytime. Your waxing, whatever y'all women doing, get that. You want to order something, whatever you want to order, you can get that. But guess what? She got that now. But we was on food stamps. Baby girl. That's what the old man called baby girl. We was on food stamps. You hear me? We were married and filing separate. So she could get food stamps because you can't get food stamps for a man in the house. You hear me? Government cheese and peanut butter. We had to stagger our bills. Okay, these right here lenient. These gonna give you 60 days late. Okay, this right here just gonna give you 30 days late. Okay, so this month we'll pay this. Look, we lived in an apartment with no furniture. We had a bed and we had her college dormitory TV. And then my son had a crib. We ain't had no couch. You hear me? You go in the living room, think you finna sit down, you'll hit the floor. You will hit the floor. We didn't have a couch. We ain't had no sectional, no coffee table. We had no living room TV. We had no grown folks married with our first son. So guess what? Guess what? When you look at my wife and see her shining, that's because she have a heart after God. And that's because she didn't judge me. But see, she didn't judge me based on how much money I'm making or how much earning potential I had. She judged me based on my desire to serve and please God. Although I was imperfect, although I was growing as a man, she saw my trajectory and she had enough faith that God was going to do it. And he did it. But see, if God would have gave me, I'm at the point now that God has blessed me. I can't tell you, because you might not be in a place to receive my testimony. A lady asked me, Tony, can you talk about the favor that you say God gave you that you can't speak on? No, I can't do that yet. Because if I tell you how blessed I am, you won't even believe it. Y'all going crazy about me putting on a shirt with a color. You know why I wear them black shirts all the time? Because I just want to look plain Jane like Mark Zuckerberg. Like Mark Zuckerberg, who a billionaire. You hear me? You talking to a billionaire. I just ain't been able to write the check yet. God ain't sent it, but it's on the way. You talking to a billionaire, so I ain't got the floss and flaunt. That's why when you go on me and my wife page, you won't see our vehicles on there. We don't take pictures with our vehicles. My wife don't just sit there and just show off everything. Listen here, you'll lose your mind. You walk through that woman's closet. You hear me? But we ain't showing all of that because it ain't about that. Because God blessing, he bless you so much that it's pressed down, shaking together, and running over. And this is what you got to understand, what provider mentality mean. But this, what you got to realize is that if you believe in God, God ain't going to give you no ready-made man. He going to have the principles. He going to have the things he need to have. He going to have character. He going to have a relationship with God. He going to have ambition. He going to have integrity. But he ain't going to have all the money in the world that he need. He ain't going to have all that. God ain't going to give you that unless you already got that. Unless you already got money and fame and success and all of that. So Sierra will Russell equal because she already got money and fame and success. So his money, fame, and success, okay, she get any man with money, fame, and success. But she needed a man who know God. See, Russell know God. You see what I'm saying? So this is what you have to understand, is that if you out here working an everyday job, if you ain't Oprah, you hear me? If you ain't Oprah, then you can't be walking around, oh, I want a man that makes $100,000 or more. And a man who do this and a man who do that. If you don't do that, okay? Because you need your equal. Now, if you making six figures, okay. Then you could want a man who makes six figures, but you still can't put everything on money. He has to have the character and the integrity to match it. See, he got to be 7-8 figures. He got to be a 7-figure, 8-figure man in character. If you let his character be his currency. Now, that's my concept that I made up. Let a man character be his currency. You hear that anywhere else, this is where they got it from. This is where they stole it from or borrowed it from. So understand that. The Lord ain't called me to go past an hour yet on one of these here videos. I only go past an hour on my live Q&As that I do at 9 p.m. on Sunday night. Sometime might go live tonight. But make sure you hit the subscribe button if you made it this far and you ain't subscribed, so you catch the rest of these videos. But listen what I'm telling you. A healthy provider, this is what it's going to look like. But understand, you got to grow to this. The first prerequisite has to be character and integrity and ambition. You put those together. Okay, CIA. Well, he got to have the CIA on his side. Character, integrity, and ambition. You hear me? That's what he got to have. And the next thing, So that's what we finna call this, the CIA. We just made this up right now. Lord, drop that in my spirit. See, I'm just a channel. But listen to me. The man with the provider mentality, I'm gonna tell you what my wife life is like, okay? She get paid every day based on what come in, okay? So she get paid. So she does not have to go to nobody's office. She could work from home. We have a corporate office that is on the 33rd floor overlooking the city. She could go there if she want to, but it's a 30-minute drive, so she could walk from home. So she could work from home. Now she get paid every day. She don't have any bills because we as a couple make enough money to pay all of the bills. Her pay is separate. So let's just say, and this is an example, that her pay is $100,000 a year, and that's kind of realistic for her. Let's say her pay is $100K a year. That $100K, she could take care of her mom. She could take care of all of her skin, her clothes, any friends, any family members have a birthday party. She could buy them a gift based on her budget. She don't have to ask me. She don't have to ask me to spend anything. She don't have to ask me to buy anything. She could buy me stuff. You know, she just bought me a Louis Vuitton backpack that, you know, it's a really nice backpack. And it's, you know, but she did it. And I'm not big on gifts, but she did it. She did it out of her pay. I don't pay myself a salary because all my money is for the family. I'm a provider. I take care of everything come out of the rest of the money that I'm earning through books, courses, speaking, teaching, coaching, ghostwriting. I'm a ghostwriter. I'm an author consultant, owning companies. We got different companies, everything that I get paid from. Affiliate marketing, everything that pays for everything else. So it pays for the cars, it pays for the house, it pays for the clothes, it pays for my son's travel, all day soccer, everything paid. I don't ask my wife to pay for anything. Now right now my family want a dog. They telling me the dog gonna cost about $2,000. I asked my wife, I say, baby, will you buy the dog for us? Cause she want the dog too. And she got the money to buy the dog, but that's out of her pay. You see what I'm saying? So, and guess what? I'm not controlling her. My wife don't have to cook 3 meals a day. She ain't got to cook at all if she don't want to. I just ate Kobe Steakhouse. They still doing takeout right now, even though we in this situation. They doing takeout. I had Kobe Steakhouse last night. The night before that, I had Four Rivers, the barbecue place. So I don't try to make my wife cook because, oh, I'm earning money. Oh, I'm working. Man, cook me a meal. No, because if she relaxing, if she with the boys right now, she doing the homeschool thing because the kids working from home, school from home. So she working with our 6-year-old. You know, it's 11:40. I ain't ate no breakfast, but she cooks me breakfast. After I finish this video, she'll make me a breakfast sandwich. You know, she'll make me lunch. She'll do anything I need her to do. She'll do anything I ask her to do. But I don't give her a schedule and a regimen and things you gotta do because I'm providing. And I see it as we won. So it's our money. Yes, the business ideas is my ideas. She confirm or deny. It's a lot of stuff she shut down. If God give me an idea, I bring it to her as my other half and she say yay or nay. If it's from God, she gonna say yay because she'll know that it is. And so we have started 11 companies, all different kind of management company, real estate investment company, tech company, 2 nonprofits, media company, publishing company, and the list goes on. We have over 50 streams of income. It's coming from my ambition that I had when I was making $8.50 an hour. That's what I'm trying to tell you. But because I know God say I'm gonna bless this, because if I gave you this, Tony, when you were single, you would have lost your wits about you. But because your wife gonna keep you stable and focused, I'm finna give y'all everything that has been promised to you, because she saw me in you. And that's what she married. She married the resemblance of God. She didn't marry a bank account or a paycheck or earning potential. She married a man who was seeking the heart and the face of God, who had character, integrity, and ambition and was growing. So she gonna reap the benefits. And God said, I'm gonna bless you not only in heaven, but on earth too. Pressed down, shaking together, and running over. Hey, this Tony Gaskins, I got to get going. It's almost an hour. The Lord, the Spirit leaving me right now, telling me to be quiet. Hey, God bless you. We'll talk soon.